I'm Xin Liu, an artist. I'm having two bodies of work presented in the exhibition this time. The first one is kind of combination of film and sculptures. It's called The White Stone.
他想知道第一个看到天降的白石
The film is essentially a documentary of a journey that I took back in China in search for rocket debris. So I was very much embodied this character as like a rocket hunter, and with my team going around in a rural area in the west in China, where we go through this entire different worlds of landscape from deserts to like valley. And really what I was interested in is that where does the rocket go? Because other than SpaceX and the more current development of recycled rockets, historically rockets, they fell back to Earth about 15 minutes after they are launched. And it's just really interesting to think about how such a technological object, which is in a way a signifier of advancements and this action of like moving forward and upwards, actually fell back to us. In a way that I think about the sky as almost like a moral space. Like we always think about something above us to be more superior. Like the heaven is there, we want to go up, and then beneath us, the underground is the hell, the deprived or the degradation. So in a way, I want to question that relationship and thinking about the things that fallen from sky and where do they came from, and do things ever stay there? And later, I was able to convince a private space company to donate their debris to me as part of my exhibition in China many years ago. And you can see the debris actually on display here in California, which is really exciting because normally rockets, even though they are already kind of like stripped away in terms of all the technologies, they're just raw metal, but they're still considered like export controlled materials. So through the process of donation, creating art with this debris steel material, they became work of art. And the other piece we saw in the gallery once you enter it, immediately on your right is this yellow neon light installation that was actually commissioned for this exhibition. It is coming from my also long-term project, the ground station, where I was receiving data from decommissioned NOAA satellites, which are this weather satellites launched by NASA in the 90s and early 2000s. And I'm very interested in how the world is being viewed in the sense of nature being observed through the eyes of machine. It is actually because of those satellites, we are able to observe cloud formation for the first time at such a scale. The text you see there is coming out of this performance piece that I created in collaboration with a Hong Kong museum during the pandemic, where you can actually log into the website and see the data being downloaded live while the satellite is passing through Hong Kong, because we actually installed antenna in Hong Kong. And then in that experience, the duration where you receive data from the satellite, I created like a script where I talk about all this narratives as if you're having like this command window chat with a satellite. So the text of the neon light you see here is really coming out of that script. It says, seeing through the eyes of gods, you have mistaken yourself for them. I think that's what we are doing a lot as humans nowadays, we forgot when we look at the views of a world like through the eyes of satellites or technologies, we're like having this really encompassing ability to understand the world, yet it is also incredibly disembodying because we forgot that we're actually the little smaller than a pixel size of an actual being living there. So I'm trying to create or remind people that disconnection we're experiencing nowadays.